You can hear me?
Yeah, bro. You hear me?
Alright. Yeah, I hear you. Alright, so for all the people who watching and soon to be watching, I'm Anthony Rose Jr. I'm here with Alfred, Luke, Dash, 2021, wide receiver at Warren Eastern High School. If I left anything out, you can add on.
That's all. You covered it.
Alright, for sure. So I guess for my first question, like, talk about this breakout year. Talk about like what you was looking like. Talk about your expectations going into the year and how you just been ready to just blast off and you put everybody on notice.
For this year, I just wanted to say I can't wait on my mind whole summer. Me and Casey been working the whole summer. It's coming because we know we was gonna have to play a big role for us to get to the dome, for us to do the things we doing. But with the leaving of Scotty and Berger or Cedric, we know we was gonna have to step up. So we just trying to meet the expectations that they set for us.
And I guess talking about you saying you have it on your mind, talk about your dad's nickname and how you got it and how you just been making sure you show that with every play you make.
Wait, what you said?
I said, talk about your dad's nickname and like how you got it and how you make sure you try to show it with every play.
Well, that nickname really came from Lance. Lance, because at first I said something on Twitter, and then he was like Dash or something. So then after that, that name just stuck with me. And showing that in every play, every time I feel like I touch the ball, I feel like I'm gonna score. It's that simple.
For sure, for sure. And talk about, I guess, in this year, like talk about some of your favorite plays that you made because you didn't have some wild, crazy plays. So talk about some of your favorites.
I'm gonna give you like two favorites. Um, my first favorite play was the play from Holy Cross game, the bubble that turned into like a 60-yard touchdown. And um, I want to say my second favorite play was a jump ball from Covington game. But people say it was out of bounds, but as long as the referee put up the two hands saying it's good, that means it's a touchdown. Simple.
For sure, and this year y'all got a new starting quarterback, Kedrick Connolly, number 4, who took over your old number. Like talk about your bond and connection with him, and then some of your other receivers who you got, who you play with, and how y'all just make sure y'all have a tight unit. Y'all have like a nickname and thing that y'all go by. So talk about all that.
Um, First off, with Kedrick, I feel like he's gonna be great. He got the potential to be great. Like he can do everything athletic wise. He can do all that. Once his head gets to the right place, the sky's the limit. And the reason, like, we was talking about the night before he got the number, we was talking about it. He was like, "Yeah, son, when you leave, I'm getting 4." I was like, "You might get it early," but he didn't know about it. But yeah, and let me see, all the receivers, SSO, Wide IU. We came together at the start of the season, came with it on our mind. You hear me? We came with it, and everybody on the receiving core been putting in work. Like probably the one of the lowest skilled players on our team looking good right now. Like he could be a JV All Star right now. Like, but I'm just so proud of like all the receivers, like all of them. Quantrell, Leon, Fish, or Dalen Lee, Curtis. Curtis stepped up. Quantrell then stepped up. Leon then stepped up big time. But we knew me and Casey was gonna do us. That's just natural. But those guys really impressed me, and they coming through.
For sure. And then speaking of like the wide receivers, talk about being under Coach Ledlow and like all that you've learned from him throughout your 4 years at Eastern.
Um, at first, when I first got to Easton, I ain't used to want to listen to stuff, half the stuff Coach Ledlow was telling me, but like as going through the years, it started to make sense. Like it started to come all together in my head, and then once I started really listening, then it came together. But he taught guys like Sticks, Sheldon Jones, Big Six, Johannes Tyler, Kaheem Green, like the list goes on. Like so, the man knows what he's talking about. Like definitely. And coming in as a freshman with sticks and all them guys, like he taught me so much. Like that's unbelievable. The things he taught me. So like, um, for me being the receiver I am today, it goes to, I would say, the credit goes to Sticks and Coach Ledlow.
For sure. And also, I guess talk about how it feels like leading the city in yards this year. Like every time you touch the ball, you make such a big play. So talk about leading the city in yards.
Like I didn't even plan on leading the city. Like I didn't think that would be something I would have accomplished right now. Like, leading the state, leading the city in receiving yards. We got some good receivers in the state, in the city. Got Casey Kane, Destin Payson, Jalen Johnson. The list goes on. Danye, like all them guys are good, and it's just an honor to be leading the city. That's just a big accomplishment right now, but the job not done.
Correct. And then going into this year, being a senior, like you and Ramon, Hitman Stevens, y'all been kind of like the vocal leaders on the team. So talk about like stepping into that role and how it feels finally being a senior and taking over the team more so.
Um, Last year I would say I was much of a leader, but like I wasn't the vocal leader like Cedric and them. But um, I really been letting Hitman do the vocalizing, but like I get the guys hype. I get the guys hype. You know, they all I would say they all respect me. Um, me, Hitman, and Country, Sydney Humble. The main leaders, but it's just been a big role to fill because we had big guys who filled the role before us, so we just had to come in and do the same thing.
Facts. And I mean, you are very underrated. In my opinion, you probably the most underrated player in the state. So talk about like just going out there and making sure you make a play and like for coaches watching and coaches who soon to be watching, like tell them what type of player they getting in Dash Loop.
Type of player you gonna get when you get me on your team is the leader that will lead by example more than lead by talking, because talk is cheap. I'm a lead by example. And I'm a playmaker, a big time playmaker. You just get the ball in my hands in space, I'm gonna make a play. It's that simple.
Facts. And how would you describe yourself in like 3 words?
3 words. Um, Amazing, humble, and amazing, humble, and loving. I would say that loving. I love all my teammates.
Facts. And then I guess from aside from Warren Easton, I mean like growing up, like you played for Bodinger and then going to Easton, but you have some connections with some of the other like some of the other like better players in 2021, whether it be like Damien and being Fat, Destin Payson or Destin Hill. Talk about like your connection with those guys and how y'all just growing up and when did you realize like football was something that you wanted to do?
Um, we all played on the park together at Bonager. Aaron, he played with us too. Coriel played with us too. So like at the stage when we was just dominating, we just knew we was gonna carry that domination on to high school. And like me, Fat, and Damien, like we knew we was gonna be great. But like I wouldn't say I'm as great as them because they got the stars and all that. But like we just knew by seeing year we was gonna be them guys. Gonna be them guys known around the city.
Facts. And then like what is your biggest motivation more so?
My biggest motivation, I would say, my biggest motivation will probably be my siblings, my brother Jamal Sam, and my little brother Cam, and my little sister. Them my biggest motivations, and my big brother Ruben. I just love them.
Facts. And is there anything that you would like to like lead to the people who watching?
Um, to the people that's watching, thank y'all for watching. You hear me? And like if you play football, just stay humble, cause at the end of the day, your time gonna come eventually. And if you're a baller, they gonna see you eventually. It's all about timing. It's all about time. Oh,
Facts,
and don't
and I guess
don't waste your opportunity at all. You hear me? Opportunities come and go, so don't waste your opportunity.
facts, and is that I mean, other than that, is there any final things you want to see? Other than
Think, bro.
all right, for sure. Well, thank y'all for all those who watched, who tuned in.